All right, so we got the definitive tier list here for all the items. I'll have the schemes come on in a minute, but right now, and I'll go over these ones. So these are the definitive in what I think would actually be the most powerful. So you got the Dragon Fang sword. Obviously, it looks like a mythical sword, so it's probably pretty powerful. Then we got a blaster, and then the electro batons, and then a manhole cover. If you remember at the end of Spider-Man 2, or the Amazing Spider-Man 2, he used the manhole cover as like his last attack. So that's what that one is. And then fire hydrant, I imagine somebody like smacking the top off and blasting someone with water, then ripping a parking meter out. And then we got the wrench, so that covers those ones. And then we got the tier 2 of these particular tokens. So the Black's Law Dictionary. No idea what it is, but it sounds magical and deadly with knowledge. And then we got the Axe of Angarumus. It's an axe. What more can be said? Snow globe. I can't imagine getting smacked in the head with a snow globe being thrown at you. It doesn't sound good. Reinforced gloves. I assume they're like special gloves for punching people. So there's that. I figured it'd be kind of hard to pick up a mailbox and hit someone. So that's why that's there. And then folding chair. I mean, this isn't WWE, so I think most of these characters would do better without a chair. Food tray. I could see if it was full of food. You know, maybe you got some really hot mashed potatoes on there and smack somebody with it, hit them in the face with mashed potatoes. That could disorientate them and burn their skin. And then we got the garbage can lid. That it's just a garbage can lid. Ain't special at all. All right, so now we're going to go on to the real tier list here. And at the very bottom, we have secret documents. Discard your hand, draw 3 cards. It can be good in certain situations. I think all these are pretty situational. But drawing 3 cards is not good, and discarding your hand is not good for exhaustion purposes. Then we got the Daily Bugle. Draw 3 cards. Put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. So essentially you're drawing 2 cards, exhausting yourself. Now, again, these can be good. Sometimes you need to draw. But as a general rule, you're supposed to be watching that kind of thing. And then we got the Astral Ring. Move each fighter up to 1 space. So it's pretty simple, just moving. And if you've already done the scheme as an action, it is a pass, so that's nice, but not incredibly helpful. Then we got the Helium Balloons. Move 2 spaces, gain an action. So just, again, moving 2 spaces. With this one, it isn't a pass, but you do get to move 2 spaces. And so you can camp on it and maybe move in. Then we got the Security Camera. Look at an opponent's hand, draw a card. Again, having that knowledge is extremely nice. But drawing a card is the drawback, pun intended. Then we got here an A tier. We got the First Aid Kit. Recover 2 health and draw a card. So drawing a card. But recovering health is good, but essentially you'll be taking that damage later if you deck out first. Then we got the Brazier of Bamgalath. Man, these Doctor Strange ones are crazy. Play a scheme from your deck as a free action. If you need to find a scheme, it's pretty nice to have. And a lot of characters have a lot of good schemes that they can use right away for some. So that's a good card, or a good token. Then we got EMP Pulse Array. All players discard 2 cards. That can be really good depending on who you're playing and if you already have hand advantage. And then we got the food tray. So anything with a +1 here, and that is an A tier because it's just, you can camp on it and sit as a pass. And shortly after that, we will have the Dragon Fang, or all the ones with a +2 for the same reasons essentially, but it's better. And then we go from here to the Electrified Floor. Deal 1 damage to each fighter in your zone. So it's a pass, but you all, they do have to come in, and they know it's going to be coming. And then we got laser turret. Deal 2 damage to a fighter in your zone. Pretty simple. It's just a pass, but they have to be in your zone. And then we got Zazoom. Look at the top 3 cards of any deck, put them back in any order. That's crazy. Deck disruption is very nice. Then we got the rocket pack. Place your fighter in any space. It's a pass. You go camp on it, and then you shoot away to anywhere. So double maneuver onto it, and then next turn you're all set for an attack. And then map. Your next attack this turn can target any space. It is actually insane. Actually nuts, especially for a melee fighter. Bigfoot chucking a log that far is scary. And then we got the payphone. I'm at a payphone trying to go home. Choose 1 card in your discard pile and return it to your hand. Again, recursion, beautiful thing. Any card you want, and that can be really scary with some fighters that don't even have recursion. And then number 1 is just simply a pass in recovering 3 health. Who would have thought a slushy, an extra large slushy, would end up in S tier? Now you can debate which one of these are, but from my experiences and plays, this is pretty good. But tell me what you think. I'm sure we disagree, and this is just meant for a fun little thing. I see items here the same way as I see them in like games like Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart. Things are going to happen. It won't be as fun, or it's just for fun, not any. You can have some tact to it and such, but items are just a silly fun thing to add if you're just messing around and don't really care if you're going to win or lose, because they can be swingy. Anyway, tell me what you guys think. What's your favorite item?